welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Hola amigos.
If you're new here,
We are the Webs at Home. This is questions and answers for pregnancy.
Pregnancy, birth and parenting.
Parenting.
Yeah.
You got some questions off of your Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah.
Some examples and things.
So I asked a few of you who follow our Instagram page, the Webs at Home, to ask any questions that you have about pregnancy, birth and parenting that you want to know about us or anything. So we've got some questions written down here. I'm
going to read them out while our lovely daughter shouts at us.
And we'll see how we get on.
So yeah, there might be some communication between you guys and Nugget during the video, mightn't there?
Yeah, just bear with. I mean, it is a parenting, birth.
It is a
pregnancy, parenting thing. So this is the reality of it.
Is it?
Right. First...
Reality, you dribbling all over mummy's nice tracksuit. Right, first question. How did you find the first couple of weeks with a newborn?
Absolutely fine. The first couple of weeks was fine because I was prepared.
See, we have two different opinions on this one. So
I was prepared. I sort of I woke up, every movement that she made, everything. So I was raring to go. I knew what I had to do and I wanted to do it and I was obsessed with her. But after those couple of weeks, don't get me wrong, that's when it sunk in. Now I have to do this every day for a while now.
At least 18 years.
Well, not night feeds, but yeah, you know, it kicked in that I'd have to do night feeds for a few months.
Yeah.
I mean, still, she doesn't sleep through the night and she's 7 months. I mean, she does some nights, don't get me wrong, but there'll be the odd night where she wakes up at 4 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
When she's extra hungry. But yeah, my first weeks were hard because of getting up every 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever, when she's when she's waking up or needing a feed or crying, like that sort of Schmood. So yeah, I struggled. Well, I didn't struggle because I'm used to doing night shifts and working funny old shifts anyway. But yeah, they were stressful, and that was absolutely boiling as well.
Yeah, she was born in summertime, August,
and that was when that was stupid hot. So yeah, I don't work well with heat and lack of sleep. But next question: are there any must-haves for newborns?
Yeah. What did you say?
Perfect prep machine. As if you're formula feeding, then you basically it's a machine. You press the button once, depending on how many ounces you want. You set it to that, press the button, and then it puts boiling hot water into the bottle. And then you put your powder in, give it a swoosh round, and then press the button again, and tops it up with cold water, so it comes out as the perfect temperature, which is, I'm guessing, like body temperature or something.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's all through filters and stuff as well, so you don't have to moo. So you don't have to worry about boiling the kettle and making it, waiting for it to cool down, this, that, and the other. But no, it was really, really handy.
Also, I think is a must-have is the next to me bed. So we've got a Hock one. So HAUCK.
I might regret doing this.
So you unzip here and it folds out. Obviously, you'd have it closer to your bed. But yeah, so it folds out. Look how proud she is doing this. So yeah, it folds down. You'll have it closer to your bed, so it's so much easier to get your babe in and out, and especially if you're breastfeeding, you literally can wake up, pick her up, breastfeed, and then pop them back down. You know, there's no getting up or anything. She's a bit far away from me now, but only because she's not a newborn anymore. But definitely one of those beds and a perfect prep machine is a must-have.
Yeah, and Aldi's nappies and baby wipes.
Yeah, obviously,
because they are
Aldi's
just we've never used Huggies, but I'm assuming they're just as good because she has no issues at all, and they are a fraction of the price. Exactly. Do you regret having Mila young, or did you feel the time was right?
I wouldn't necessarily say the time was right. Like we sat down and said, yep, we're going to try for a baby, because obviously it didn't happen that way. But I do not regret it at all. No, I was 21 when I found out I was pregnant with Mila. It was in November, beginning of December.
Yeah, November.
No, December the 2nd.
Was that?
Yeah, something like that. December the 2nd, something like that anyway. I found out I was pregnant. and I was 21 and my birthday is January, so it wasn't long until I was 22. But no, I don't feel like I was too young. I've been there, done that.
We've both been party people, haven't we? So
we've been party animals. I've gone on holiday. He's gone on holiday with his mates. Like we've had our fun. We've done that, and I don't think, like I said in a Q&A before, like you could try for a baby, finally find out you're pregnant, and you could be 30 years old and still be like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Like, you know, you can never be sort of ready, but you just prepare yourself over them 9 month period. But yeah, I don't think we're too young.
Really, don't you? But no, like especially when it comes to her, when she's growing up and she's like young and playing outside and stuff like that, then we can keep up with her and chuck her about and not worry about popping me back out and stuff if I'm throwing her around the garden and things like that. So how did your family react, and did it come as a shock?
It was definitely a shock to all of our family, your family, my family. I think they were very shocked because we hadn't been together for long. I mean, we're not even 2 years yet, believe it or not, guys.
Yeah.
Even though we act like a married couple. Obviously having a baby does change her, and it either brings you closer and it definitely has us, hasn't it?
So close we want to kill each other at times.
Anyway, my family took it really well, and so did yours, to be fair. Like, it was scary, don't get me wrong. I mean, we announced it to my family, like the girls in my family, on my mum's birthday, which wasn't like literally about a week after I found out I was pregnant. She wanted to announce it to everyone at the meal. I was so nervous, weren't I?
Yeah, you had she had a mocktail when we got there, just so that when we turned up, people weren't like, "Is Lauren not drinking?" Like, she got so worried that everyone was just going to miraculously know that she was pregnant.
Yeah, but because I was a drinker, that's why. And then it gone, what are you not drinking for? But anyway, yeah, my mum announced it to everyone, and they all looked at me and we were all crying, but obviously happy tears. They were so happy. I don't know why I was worried, but yeah, I was worried about your mum.
Yeah, my mum's very sensible. So when I told my mum, I was bricking it, but when I told my mum, she was just like sensible, head on. She was worried,
but happy at the same time.
She was worried that I knew what I was doing, not getting yourself into. But do you know what I mean? Like, worried about all that sort of sensible stuff. But now that she's here, obviously, and while you was pregnant, like, she's over the moon and stuff. Like, she wouldn't change it for her. Like, she's probably worried whether I could grow up enough to look after her child
if you think
as well.
about it, like, we were just both at stages in our life where we were wild. Do you know what I mean? To then having a baby, it did change. Our lives changed very quickly, and I think a lot of people were a bit worried. Like, are they going to be able to do it? But
I quite like being a grumpy old dad. Really. That's
definitely
right,
grumpy, but it has changed us a lot.
Do you plan on having more children first, or getting engaged or married?
It depends. So
it's going to be a few years at least, well, ideally, before we think about another bub or anything like that. And realistically, I can't see us getting married within that time, because it's obviously a big financial thing and this, that and the other, and I'm not honest. If you're going to do it, then you're going to do it properly. There's no point doing it for the sake of doing it. Like, we'll do it when we want to, when we're happy, and have like the perfect day and this, that and the other.
It could be after we've had all of our children, after our second baby. Do you know what I mean? You never know.
But we'll more than likely be engaged before.
Yeah, not married,
before
but
the
engaged.
next bub, if that makes sense.
Do you reckon? That's what I was just saying. I was just saying, you never know. It might be after the babe that you might propose to me, because I want to be at a time where,
when I know I'm really stuck with her, when we've got. I'm joking. No, but then think getting engaged within the next couple of years is it's realistic, but we don't know.
I don't want to plan it because I want him to do it because he loves me. Not because we have to.
Yeah. Were you ever worried about money, or if you could afford it? Yes?
Yeah, we were worried. Joe was worried. I was worried, but Joe was even more
I'm very good with my money and very sensible and very... not worried as such, but I'm very... No, don't say it as bad. I always make sure I've got enough for everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
So including luxury.
Yeah, so I think the main thing was worried about being able to afford what we've got and with Mila and everything, but still have all the luxuries of if we want to go on holiday, then have enough money to put aside some to then go on holiday. I was worried about not having the money for like the luxuries and stuff,
but we
really,
knew
as well.
we'd
But
be
just
able to
having to
afford
sort
her.
of survive, if that makes sense. I don't want to like being able to do what we want, and if we want to go away for the weekend with her or whatever, then we could afford to do that and that sort of thing anyway. But Lauren saved up like a nice bit of money as well when we found out she was pregnant. When we found out she was pregnant, but yeah, obviously you worry about it because you don't really know how much things are going to cost. You don't have to go and spend £3,000 on a bloody buggy and a car seat.
No,
But if you want to, fair enough. But that's not
and you
us.
have the money to.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so we'd rather
have luxuries
Yeah.
and maybe go on holiday this year.
yeah, rather than
Sorry.
do you know? It's just that sort of thing. But yeah, of course you worry because you don't know how much it's going to cost. So you don't know the ins and outs.
But
of it
what I
anyway,
did was, before we moved out, wrote down all the outgoings that we would have if we moved out, right down to TV licence, council tax, rounded it all up, sort of thing, added it all together, and looked at places, you know, like 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and see what we could afford. So that's a good idea if you are planning on starting a family and moving out or whatever. And yeah, and then you'll see it's probably not as bad as you think, and just try and be good with your money. I mean, I'm shit with money, to be honest with you, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
one of us is good with our money, aren't we? So
As long as one of you are,
yeah,
you're
as long
right.
as one of you's a tight ass, then you'll be alright. How did she even get that big? Remember you telling me at work.
That's Lily. Hello, Lily. Shout out to Lily, who works at Specsavers. I used to work with Lily, but she works at Specsavers now. She wasn't there when I picked up the glasses, though.
How did she get that big? Spinach and potatoes.
Mate, time just flies by, honestly.
What foods or snacks did you crave during your pregnancy?
A lot of chocolate. I got very sweet. I'm normally a savoury person, but when I was pregnant, it was just all sweet. Chocolates, everything.
Crumpets with chocolate spread and banana on toast.
Croissants.
Pan au chocolat.
Oh,
the little chocolate croissant.
you spring them every morning. No wonder why I put a bit of weight on. I put like nearly 2 stone on.
Happy wife, happy life. Keep them fed.
But yeah, honestly, if you crave it, have it, girls. And if you gain weight, don't worry about it. And don't worry about losing it straight after. There's nothing wrong with not snapping back straight away. Isn't that right, baby?
Exactly.
Took me 7 months and I'm still not the size that I was before, but...
It's taken me 24 years to snap back. No, done that one. You guys are amazing. Thanks, by the way. So heartwarming. What did you read? Boo?
What did you read?
/do to get most prepared?
Thank you. I know who this is. I think it's Shannon.
Do I know Shannon?
No.
No. Hello,
Thank
Shannon.
you, Shannon. Any thoughts that used to come to my head? I used to Google a lot of things. I never read any books, never done any of that, never read any leaflets. I'm not that sort of person, really.
We had a look through that mum's book she got us, didn't we? But that was after she was.
Yeah, that was after she was born.
Sorry.
Before.
Yeah.
No. To prepare, I just ask my mum and ask my friends who have babies, and that's the best way you're gonna learn because. Fair enough, everyone parents differently, and you can obviously go by your midwife or the health advisor or visitor, whatever it is, their advice. But I took my mum's more than anyone's, really, because we turned out all right.
I don't know. It's so hard to get prepared. We watched all 10 seasons of Teen Mum. So yes. That's a bit of preparation.
Honestly,
there
just
for
bits like that. But Google whatever thought that comes to your head and what you want to know about. Google it because the answer's there. Or the NHS website was helpful for me because I knew. But don't be scared to ask your midwife things or anything like that. But yeah, so we didn't really read anything. We just asked.
How long were you in labour for? About 10 minutes, the lucky girl.
Yeah, you need to help me with this because I don't actually know how long I was in labour for. Right.
We don't know. There's different types of labour in there, and there's like the bit, and then when you're actually a certain amount of dilated.
Established labour, which was after 4 centimetres.
Yeah, basically, I was at work, wasn't I?
I had a show that morning. I had a show,
Yeah.
which is where obviously your mucus plug or whatever comes away. And sometimes things can't happen for about a week after that's gone. So I was sort of like, I was chilled. I had no pains, nothing like that. So I didn't think anything was going to happen. So all day we just kept an eye on me, obviously. Then, yeah, my waters broke in bed literally not long after he left for his night shift, about 9. Called him, tell him to come home. He came home. Called the hospital and they just said to try and stay at home as long as you can. Even though my waters are broke, normally you do go into hospital straight away because I think you're prone to infections and stuff. But no, they said
I think that was quite COVID and stuff, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, so
that was during. Hello.
Yeah, it was during COVID. We were in like lockdown, weren't we, or something?
So they were like, they said stay at home until you can, blah blah blah. And then you rang up the hospital, didn't we? At, I think it was about midnight.
Which was when basically it was my pains. They were getting really bad. I was
we
handling
were
them.
timing them, weren't we?
Yeah.
And they were about.
That's what it
whatever,
was as
they're
well.
really
because
fast.
Normally, when they're close together, it means you're getting closer and closer to, you know, going into labour sort of thing. So I was like, these are getting more intense and they're getting closer together. Like they were literally minutes apart, which is,
yeah,
you know,
and
close.
lasting for about that as well. So
yes,
but
so
it was, yeah, and
so
obviously you hadn't done it before, so he didn't have a clue what we were sort of doing. So he just rang the hospital. They said, "Oh, you better come in." And we got up there, didn't we? And then they checked, and you were about
2 centimetres is all I was, and they said you can go home. And I said, "Do I have to?" Because I did not want to go home.
no, because you were still in a lot of pain and things, and they were still really, really close.
Why would I want to go home, right? This is my argument. Why would I want to go home when they have all the equipment to ease my pain if needs be, like if I really needed it, and they had all the equipment if anything did go wrong? I didn't want to go back home. Like, I know some people feel comfortable, but I didn't. I wanted to be at the hospital where everything was,
and everyone knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and we had this lovely room with like fake candles lit because I had a water bath, and we had the pool in there, so it's all private, you know, everything. And it was lovely. I didn't want to go home, so I did say to her, "Can I stay?" And she said, "Yeah, that's fine." And obviously, it was the middle of the night, and as far as we knew, not many people were there at all.
And she turned around and said, the midwife or the nurse, whatever, said that you should basically dilate a centimetre every 4 hours or something along the, or maybe 2 centimetres. So she said, this was at 12:30, and she said, right, I'll come back and we'll check you again at 4:30 and see. And if you haven't gone by a certain amount, then you will have to go home, I think was what she said basically. And then expecting her to be like 3 or whatever centimetres at 4:30 in the morning, and Moo was in her arms at 5:30.
Yeah.
So it
she
got.
didn't even get a chance to check me again.
No,
I was in the water. I said, "Look, I need something for the pain." She said, "Do you want to get in the water?" Got in the water, and within.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what time you got in the bath, and then what time she was out. I can't remember how long you actually like, sort of pushing
half an hour.
For. Yeah, I think.
Or
something.
Something short amount of time because they were like. What?
I think it might have been 4:30 until 5 was the pushing period, but she was in the bath before that for probably about an hour or so, and.
I said, "Oh, do you want to check how far I am?" Went to get out of the pool to check like how many centimetres I was, and I couldn't get out. I then started pushing. She was out, weren't she? So I was definitely ready. So yeah.
Gave her a flip and a dip, and then woohoo!
What was the question overall?
How long were you in labour for?
Yeah, so probably.
We don't know, but if you go for, let's say 9 o'clock, well, you got the show in the morning, and then that night, if we go from 9 o'clock until
I
5:30.
think established labour though is about 4 centimetres. So
yeah, but we don't know that, do we, Bob?
No, we don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, I think it was quite quick for a first, which is obviously a good thing. Did you have Mila's name picked out before she was born, or was it a last minute pick?
No, we knew your name before.
Yeah, it wasn't last minute.
Because we had your changing mat with your name on it and everything.
Yeah, Daddy got it for you. Yeah, no, we had Mila picked before she was born. That was the only girl name we had picked, weren't it?
We had a few boys, but we didn't have many girls. That was. I threw a couple of suggestions in there, didn't I? And you soon battered them off.
Yeah, no.
But
we had Mila picked from day one.
Yeah, you are Mila, aren't you? You look like a Mila. Right, Right. Was you scared to give birth, fam? Was you scared to give birth?
Oh.
No, but were you scared to give birth? But was you scared to give birth?
Oh, were you scared to give birth?
Yeah, she was petrified.
Oh yeah, definitely. So when I found out, I cried, obviously, because I was shitting myself more about the bloody birth than anything. Like, oh my God, because you just hear so many stories. Like, sometimes it's good to ask people how their birth was, but then sometimes it's really bad because then, yeah, their stories could be really bad. But like Joe just said, I was really lucky and I had a quick birth. Nothing went wrong. I didn't have any stitches, nothing like that. I was really lucky. But obviously everyone is different. You are in safe hands. Like, I will put that out there. Like, you are in safe hands. If you're at the hospital, then try not to stress, because that's probably the worst thing you can do. Breathe through them contractions, right? Trust me, I know you want to panic, because I was at the verge of doing it, but I didn't, and I kept breathing through, and it really distracts you sort of from the pain and distracts you from what's going to happen. If you focus on breathing and you push, like you breathe through that contraction, it's really it's good. It, you know, it distracts you, definitely, doesn't it?
I don't know, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I was scared of birth, but I would do it again. You know, I'd have another baby. So only because I was really lucky. I mean, I guess if it was really bad, then yeah, I can understand why a lot of people would be scared to do it again. But I mean, it is painful, but it's worth it.
What's the next question?
What is birth actually like? Some people have an easy birth and others are traumatized. So yeah, like I was just saying for the previous question, I've heard a lot of birth stories, and I've heard not horrible, but scary birth stories, and then really good birth stories. Like my friend Maddie had a really good birth. She was induced, and it was just such a smooth labour. Same with mine. Like, obviously it hurts, right? I'll put it out there. Let me tell you now, it bloody hurts. And them girls that say, oh, it's not even the contractions that hurt, it was pushing it out. Pushing the baby out. It's not pushing the baby out that hurt the most. Obviously, pushing the baby out hurts as well. It stings. It is horrible. But my contractions were the worst. They were in my front and they were in my back. Like, period pains times 3,000. More than that, sorry. No, more. Like, they are bad. But like I said, just focus on your breathing and it sort of distracts you from it all. Like, well, it did me anyway. Everyone's different. But yeah, it distracted me from it. Yeah, birth is painful. I had gas and air, by the way. I had a water birth and gas and air. And that gas and air probably saved my life because it was taking me somewhere else. I don't know where. But it took me somewhere else, didn't it, Joe? Mm-hmm. And I was having the time of my life. And then I'd come back round and I'd have to push again. And that bloody hurt. How did you feel when you got home with another human? Where you like, what do I do with this?
No,
Not really. Like, obviously you prepare yourself for that whole 9 months. You know there's going to be a little human. Like, of course, like, when she was there, I was like, oh my God. Like, because you try and picture your baby's face. Did you?
No.
I tried to picture what she was going to look like. And then she was there and she was, I don't know. It was obviously nothing what I don't even know what I pictured. I couldn't even tell you. I thought she was eating it. Yeah, yeah, I guess so in a way. Like, how did you feel when you got home with another human where you're like, what do I do with this? No, I wasn't like,
you just go through the stages there. Like, everyone tells you, right, she's upset. If she's not asleep, then she's up because she needs something, basically. Yeah, because she's
she's hungry.
And it's either hungry, tired, nappy, burps, or all of the
cuddles,
above.
Cuddles, yeah. They like cuddles as well. So yeah, it's just any of them, and you just try and suss it out. That's all. Obviously, there was times where she didn't want any of those things, and it was trying to find out what the hell was actually wrong with her. Yeah. And we still do now, don't we, monkey? You can't tell us. But yeah, no, we sort of knew what we were doing, didn't we? Not to say list off them things. So, what is something that having a child has taught you and Joe? That life isn't all about partying and everything, and your life's also not over. Before having Mila and before meeting Joe, my whole life was about partying and having fun, and that is absolutely fine. But finding Joe and obviously settling down with Joe and having a baby with Joe, I then realised that life... I used to say to my mum, what the hell is life about? Like, I don't understand why we're here. And now I know, because I've got Mila, like, nurturing her, looking after her, watching her grow, and every little milestone she achieves and does...
Whoa!
That I don't like. Yeah, every little milestone that she achieves now. It's just amazing, and that is what life's about, and that's what has taught me that it's not all about what you think it was about before her. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But also, yeah, your life's not over. You know, we can still go out if we wanted to, and you know, you can still do things not only as, you know, to like on your own. You can do things together as a family, new things. You know, new little things like going on holiday together. What about you, Babs? What's it taught you?
I don't know, it just taught me to be responsible, I guess, and just like look after her and stuff like that, and yeah, that's it. I don't know. I can't answer that one. I'm afraid. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But
can I have a dummy, please?
Yeah. She just wants mummy cuddles. How have you changed as a person since becoming a mum?
I've grown up a lot. I've grown up so much, like from who I was before I found out I was pregnant, and then I just changed. You have to, but changed for the better. Like, I didn't like my life before, really. If I'm honest with you, obviously I had fun and I partied a lot, but it was time to grow up. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it was anyway, and I feel like it done me favours. So yeah, I'm still weird. Do you know what I mean? I'm still got my little personality.
What was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mum?
The love. I mean, you always hear mums say, oh, like, the love you have for a child is just unconditional. But when it actually happens, it is. Like, I love you, Joe, of course, so you know I do. But this love for Mila is just... You'd die for him. You would. Even if you do my head in at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. Yeah, but you'd die for him. You'd do anything for him, sorry. So, yeah, that is what... Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last question? What was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months?
The waiting game. It's just the waiting game. And obviously, yeah, the first trimester was horrible because obviously it was getting your head around the fact that you were going to be a parent. And I had a lot of morning sickness, didn't I? So yeah, the first trimester was rubbish. The second, I felt amazing, and I find a lot of people say this. In the second trimester, I felt amazing. I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm glowing. I look good. I'm like, my bump's showing. I'm so excited. Third trimester, I'd had enough. I wanted her out. It was summer. It was hot. I just wanted her out. So yeah, it was the whole waiting game. I didn't like it. That was the hardest part. And your body changes. Obviously, you get a lot bigger. Your belly stretches. I'm talking. I'm talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so also, I think it was the fact that my body was changing, and that was hard to deal with, weren't it? I used to say to you, like, I just felt, obviously you get bigger, you get rounder, you get, everything changes, your hormones are all over the place as well. So yeah, it was hard to deal with the way I looked as well, even though my bump was absolutely beautiful, and you should embrace it because it's not there for long, you know, and then your baby's popped out and it's gone. So yeah, it was the whole change of body and the waiting game. But that is all the questions.
Look how happy she is.
Woo! Whee! Little monkey baby. We hope you enjoyed the video. We hope we answered any questions that you may have had but didn't ask out loud or anything. And I hope this has helped. I hope this has helped a lot of new mums, or mums out there in general.
Yeah.
So the new upload day is going to be every Wednesday. So stay tuned every Wednesday, guys. I thought I'd let everybody know that on here.
Yeah.
So once a week, every Wednesday, we'll be uploading. But yeah, that's us. What?
Peace out.
That's us for today.
If you don't already, click the like
button,
subscribe, turn those notifications on.
Yeah, and that's it.
Little ripper for the bedtime mandem.
Did you trump?
Yeah.
You bugger. Right, say bye, moo-moos.
Moo. Bye. Bye. We got the jungle is massive. We got the jungle is massive. No.
Bye, guys.